Flex, the livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, come on!
Yeah, we're gonna get started immediately. Breaking news: Floyd Mayweather. I'm gonna talk about this tomorrow because I need more information. But Floyd Mayweather, he's suing Showtime. He's suing Showtime. Ikea is saying he's suing Al Heyman. All right, Barbershop Conversation saying he's suing Showtime. He's suing Showtime. What it sounds like is you don't sue the person that don't have anything to give you what you're owed. You sue the company that they're working with. I'm doing more information. Just give me a minute. I'm just trying to sum this up because I just saw this. Now, what did we say about the Al Heyman way of business with the back-end money? I promise you a certain amount of money up front. But I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. If you get what I'm saying. Now, why am I bringing this up? Right before my live, I saw this. Why am I bringing this up? It looks like I did see a number. I'm going to do more research after the live. I think somebody owed Floyd on the upside of $340 million. Uh-oh. Back-end money? Will they promise something in writing? I don't know what's going on. But if Floyd is owed $340 million, does it make sense when we was asking, hey, man, Tank was supposed to fight Lamont Roach in Houston and they couldn't secure the venue? You remember that? And the idiots was like, how could this be? You know, Tank is a gazillionaire and PBC got money and something. It's y'all. No, I'm reporting the news, damn it. I said, what's going on? They made it sound like there was something wrong with the venue. They said, nah, the Rockets are playing. So ain't no burst pipe. There's nothing wrong with the venue. It's them. And then they say, okay, nah, we're going to secure Brooklyn. And then you saw the press conference, and it looked like it was sponsored by Temu. All right, Des, I'm going to look at that in a second. So I'm like, what's going on here? They're having financial problems, and everyone got mad at Blue Blood. He got to call the venue and everything else. Look, man, we wanted to see the fight, right? We were just wondering how they didn't secure the Toyota Center. So we knew there was a problem then. And now Floyd suing Showtime for $340 million. Is that the number I saw? My God. That business model has failed now, has it? Now what? What you gonna do? You gonna call me a coon? You gonna call me a hater? Why you coming down on Al? No, man, I was the biggest Al Heyman protector for years. But you know what you're not gonna do? You ain't gonna have a faulty business model and have me out here sticking up for you looking stupid. The jig is up. And I mean that literally. The jig is up. I'm not ruining my name justifying your stupidity. I'm not like those 24-karat people living off the fat of the land, finding loopholes, or do they really work hard, or do they work hard at mastering and milking the system? Meanwhile, calling black people lazy. We don't work for 400 years for free. When you think welfare, you think of colored, some darkies. No, it's not us. There's a town right up here in New York. I forget the name. It's all of those 24-karat people. All of them are on welfare. And on average, every man has 10 kids. Everyone's on welfare. They walk the streets. They don't do anything. I go to work. I pay taxes, damn it. But I digress. I'm just reporting the news. So it seems like, and I'm going to do more research because I don't know. I just saw it like 5 minutes ago. I'm like, what is this? Seems like you don't sue the person that ain't got nothing. But he was working with Al. Where his $340 million at, man? So he's suing Showtime. Remember when Steve Espinoza, when we was wondering what was going on, and Steve Espinoza said, nah, we got about 7 to 8 fights set up. Right? Told me that straight to my face at the Palladium. And I forgot what press conference that was. I said, oh, okay. Next thing you know, literally like 3 months later, Showtime got out of boxing. I said, what happened to those fights? Oh, crap. Lied to us. So if these cats owe $340 million to Floyd, please explain to me. Oh, wait, hold on. Forget explaining it. Let me just say this. Does it now make sense that the PBC couldn't secure a proper deal with Amazon? I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. They're not going to do business with you with the promise that they'll make their money back. How many fights did they lie to us and say Tank had? 7-fight deal, 8-fight deal, right? Remember that? And this is all going to go into this is all relevant to today's show. Remember this?
You say before you retire you want to fight Devin and Shakur. Is that still the plan?
I never said that. When I said that? I never said that. But I would for sure. But I never said before I retire I want to fight them too. I never said that. You said
new deal, 7-fight deal, which is music to the ears of many boxing fans. Get to see you in action for several more years. What type of names are we talking about in those 7 names?
whoever you name, they could be in it.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Devin Haney.
Yeah.
There it is. 7-fight deal. We thought we had something, right? We was like, man, there's no way he's not fighting his contemporaries with 7 fights. Ain't no way. What happened to the deal? No one asked that question. What happened to that deal? What happened? The F is going on. Now Floyd is suing because he's out $340 million. He's waited. Floyd been retired for how many years now? Where his money at? Tank said, okay, I'm fighting Ryan Garcia. Up front, he had, I believe he got $5 million. Ryan Garcia got 2.5. When they were done counting every kernel of popcorn, every soda sale, every hot dog sale, they ended with over 30 million apiece, something like that. You take that business model over to Amazon, everything you do in life, you should have an ROI. It's called the return on investment. Amazon said, okay, we're going to invest in you, but with this kid, what we doing? How are we going to get our money back? Have you seen Tank fight on Amazon yet? No. You saw him fight a chick in the strip club, so they had to abandon ship. But more on that tomorrow. I need to do more research on that. I want to know what that's about. Shocking. And let me ask you, monkeys, how do y'all feel making Rick Glasser right? This wasn't me. This wasn't me. I will defend you to a degree, but you know what? You ain't gonna ruin my name. I ain't gonna be defending you when you out here effing up. I'm not doing that. I don't defend the drug dealers in the black community, the rapists and people that are doing bad. I don't defend you unconditionally. Yes, there are conditions, but the jig is up. Yes, Glasser is still a racist. Yes, he don't like to see black people shine on the because Al Heyman only been in the business for a blink of an eye. He came in and he wrecked shop for a while. But the jig is up now. He didn't have his house in order. He didn't. And we saw shades of that when Fury robbed Deontay in the second fight that they had. And I come home and see Larry Merchant sitting on the couch and said, wait a minute. Who let this fucking hobo in? What's going on here? And I said, oh, okay. PBC it wasn't what white folk thought. The premier black remember they used to call us the premier black community? Premier black community. That's what they called the PBC. And I knew it wasn't that once I saw this Larry Merchant motherfucker sitting on the couch. I knew it wasn't that. I said, this is a business. He gonna make some money at it. And as fast as it's here, it's gonna disappear. And I don't know when, but okay. And I defended Al against racist attacks because I knew it. You know, I'm not gonna agree. I'm not gonna have no non-black agree with me when I'm critiquing them because I know I'm coming from a place of concern because I want to see black people succeed. They just want to see it fail. And they want to hop on the bandwagon. Yeah, I agree with you. No, you don't. Get away from me. You're a chameleon. Style boxing, he says Tank is going back to jail. He has a warrant. Hey, man. Hey. He got, listen, I'm going to go ahead with the show. I'm not even going to touch that. Because we all said what we said, right? And they celebrated when he made bail, right? But didn't we all say he violated his probation, man? So they might have just let him out because they knew he was going to answer to this. So what I'm going to do this morning is I'm just going to talk like he's going to beat all the charges out because I want to know what y'all want to see him do if he beats the charges. That's all I want to know. I don't want to talk about his legal action, his legal problems because they are what they are. We're right about that. This kid can't stay out of his own way. All right. And I told y'all this is not over. But let's entertain it. Let's say he does 6 months community service. but he got to put the ankle gear back on his foot, and he got to stay in Maryland, but he's allowed to train and participate in the sport of boxing under conditions. Let's say that happens. Main biker in that super chat, he says, I worked at Circuit City. Jews had tax exempt forms. Bro, I could say so much, but I'm not. And sorry I missed the roll call this morning. I just needed to get to this smoke. So let's have this conversation. Let's talk like Tank beats the charges. Because I don't want to talk about the charges. They are what they are. I don't want to talk about the charges. This shit over. Let me explain what happened. Prez says Tank can't catch a break. He don't need one, man. He made this bet. Ain't nobody bothering him. This is him doing this. He was driving down the street in a racist cop caught on body cam, and because if it's that, I'll stick up for him. Like him or not, no, that was some BS. I will say things like that. But this ain't that. He got in trouble with this girl. He blew $40 million. Then he's running from the marshals. And how is he caught? Not even in disguise. He's shopping at a high-end store. They pick him up. They let him out. Y'all think it's a win. I'm talking to the Tank fans. Y'all think it's a win. And I said, y'all don't know what's going to happen? And I got off of it. The first thing I said was, this got to be a violation of his probation. And lo and behold, it was. Now, the judge that had it out for him in the first damn place. And the more I think about it, that's why Shorty let him out. She said, all right, let him make bail because he got to answer for something else. It makes no sense to detain him. Let him out. Yeah, haha, you violated your probation. Bring your ass back to Baltimore, Maryland. I got something for you. As a matter of fact, didn't that same judge said, I don't want to see you back in my court again? Didn't she say that? Didn't she say that? All right. So guess what? Now he got to answer that. And if he don't answer this one, the manhunt will be back on. Yo, I'm tired of this kid. You cannot defend him. So now he got to answer that? How you think that's going to pan out? I know Tank fans are going to say, hey, man, he's just going to do about 6 months and you come out, because, he from the trenches. And okay, man, whatever, man. Whatever, man. But funny, when I had an asshole up here and I said, man, what about his children? No one talks about his children. Oh, they're going to be all right. They are? So if he's locked up, what good is he to his baby girls? Don't they need their father? That nigga ran off my panel. He ran off the panel as soon as I said that. So when I talk about these fatherless idiots, this is what I'm talking about. You think I want to see this kid in trouble? And I'm calling him a kid because he behaves like one. You think I want to see him shot, dead, in jail? You think I want that? Now watch this. Name one time I lied on this kid. I'm disappointed. All this quote-unquote talent he got, all I want to see him do is test his mettle, and I'm called a hater? No, F that. You guys are lost causes. If you want to defend this kid, go ahead. I'm not doing it. I don't defend anybody when they're wrong. So you got Floyd Mayweather suing Al, well, Al ain't the one with the bread. He's suing Showtime for $340 million. And now it makes sense. How come they couldn't secure the Toyota Center for the face of boxing? And all we did was ask questions. Yo, what's up with that? What's going on? And for asking questions, we're wrong? Really? And then insult to injury, Tank can't keep his hands to himself. We want to see him put hands on his contemporaries. He can't do that. He refuses to do that. And now I got to deal with hypotheticals because he's not doing what he's supposed to do. So the purpose of this live is, I don't want to talk about his legal problems because they are what they are. But let's just say he sees that damn judge and she still shows mercy on him, because I swear that chick said, I don't want to see you in my court again. I swear she said that when she banged the gavel and he did like what, a couple of months, a couple of weeks in prison and came out with that crazy afro. Remember that? I said, good, he's out. Remember he messed up, got a condo. Hold on. The man's an adult, but they had to release him into the custody of Coach Cal. You're a grown-ass man with kids, and you got to get released into the custody of your father figure. That was crazy, but I left that alone. Then he violated by getting a condo and moving everyone in it. And she said that was not a part of the agreement. Goes down to Miami, gets into more trouble. Violation of his probation. Now he got to go back to Maryland and answer this. Y'all better hope this woman just bangs the gavel and said, man, all right, give him 8 months and a fine and what. Y'all better hope it's that. Y'all better hope it's that. So this live, I'm operating as if that's out the way now. Let's say Tank did 2 months and y'all laughing and high-fiving and, oh, the LDPC said he was going to get 48 months. No, we was looking at the charges and what they said he could get. That's all we ever said. Whatever. But let's talk some boxing here. Let's say he gets 1 month and y'all laughing and high-fiving. Cool. That means he can compete now, which is what I want in the first fucking place. Don't want him in jail. Don't want him away from his baby girls. I want him active. He's in his prime. He's a KO artist, right? I want him to fight his contemporaries. Yesterday, we had a great conversation, didn't we? Now, 140 is stacked. They done took his belt from 135. I don't trust Tank to do anything at 135. I don't trust him to press. Yes, he is a 140-pounder. Yes, he is. I don't want to hear it. When he went up to 140, he knocked out Mario Barrios. Don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. They took his belt at 35. I don't trust him to unify or become undisputed at 35. As a matter of fact, it's deflating because Devin did it already. Everybody was champions at 135. Kambosos was unified. Teofimo was unified. Devin was undisputed. When he left, Shakur had a belt. Shakur wanted to smoke with Tank. Tank did nothing. So I don't trust Tank to do anything at 35. Move up. Oh, he's not the champion of recess. They took the belt. They took it. It's gone. It's gone. But never mind that shit. All of your contemporaries are at 140 now. There's nothing for you to do at 35. Unless you want to fight chumps. And I understand your fanatics, they want to see you fight garbage cans. Literally put a garbage can in the ring and punch it. Your fans will pay $80 to watch you do it. And the few hardcore fanatics will say, hey, Tank, I love you, bro, but you got to go fight Shakur or Devin or something. He going to tell you, shut the fuck up and be a fan. That's what he's going to tell you. So you pay to him to punch a Rubbermaid garbage pail in the goddamn ring. Y'all pay for that. Y'all pay for that. But we're talking reality here. There's nothing else left for him to do but you listen, all the greats moved up. Name one great that didn't move up. There's one, but I ain't going to help you. There's one, but I'm not going to help you. And don't put the name in the chat, y'all. Don't put the name in the chat. Because if you know boxing, there's only one great that never moved up. And he gets a pass because of his resume. because everybody moved up and faced him. Name a great that didn't move up. There's only one that I could think of. Thank you, Prez. Hagler. Thank you. But look at his resume. Hearns moved, listen, there was no 54. Hearns went directly from welterweight, which is 47, straight to 160 and fought Hagler. What are we doing? This is why I say Tank is not an all-time great. He's moved up in weight, but he stopped at 35. Everybody has moved on and became champions. Did Teofimo not move up and fight Josh Taylor and style on him? Yes. And took a belt, did he not? Did he take a belt that night? But he went up and beat a former undisputed champion. Went up there and beat him. Tank goes up and fights Mario Barrios where he could have fought Josh Taylor. Please stop. Isaac Cruz, thank you, 88. Isaac Cruz is smaller than Tank, man. He's at 140 right now. Tank calls him out. What's he want to do? Bring him back to 35? That's not going to work. He tried to fight El Rayo. He said, get the smoke. El Rayo said, cool, I'm with the Tank payday. He said, come to 35. They said, nah, man, we just got to belt that 40. What we doing here? And Tank said no. Y'all gonna pay to see him fight? Okay, let's go to 35. Let's do this. Let's do this. God, I'm sick of this shit. You guys are bugging the fuck out. Man, yo, bro, there's nothing else for him to do. Now watch this. Boxing Scene says he's in recess. I read 2 articles where they said they took the belt from him. Let's entertain 35. There's nobody with a belt that Tank is going to fight. He's not fighting Kid Austin. He's not fighting Andy Cruz. He's not fighting Ray Matala. He's definitely not fighting Abdullah Mason. Shakur just fought at 140. Jadir Herrera is the interim champion. They still got Lamont Roach ranked at number 2. But he already said he's not rematching him. So anything other than Lamont Roach, I don't want to hear it. He gonna go way down in the IBF and fight Mark Magsayo or some stupid shit. And y'all gonna pay for it. Yo, listen, this is the price you pay. When this kid is on a goddamn pedestal, there is no light work. He should be chasing all the names, all his contemporaries. And here's what I found. Nobody waited for his dumb ass. Everybody moved on. Lamont Roach thoroughly exposed that. He says he's going to do something to get out this rematch. And that's just what he did. Beat up a girl and then said, hey, man, you know, I'm going to get this Jake Paul money. What, and that's it? He said he's retiring at the end of 2025. He said that. Oh no, Drew, he's gonna spin the block and he's gonna fight. Really, nigga? Blows that payday, then says I'm coming back to fight the almighty Isaac Cruz. And I said, wait a minute. You beat Isaac with one fucking hand. I watched it. But you fought Lamont Roach to a draw. That's the money right there. That's what we want to see. And then here come the Tank fans. Nah, because Mexicans make more money. Let me explain something to you. Tank fans, hands down, are the absolute worst fan base I've ever seen. And I've seen Pac-Tards, I've seen Flomos, I've seen AJ fans, I've seen Canelo fans. None of these, they don't compare to Tank Davis fans. This is the worst fan base I've ever fucking seen. Because here's the deal. Let me sum it up. I'm going to be very clear. Delano, I saw your comment. I'm just ignoring it. To say that Lamont Roach got Cruz problems, you could say Cruz. Notice how your black ass didn't say Cruz got Roach problems. You notice how you didn't say that? Look at how it's written. Roach got Cruz problems, but they fought to a draw. No, Cruz got Roach problems because he was favored to win. Uh-oh. But watch this. Tank ain't got Cruz problems because he beat him already. He got Roach problems. He need to get some decon from the GOAT. Remember when Muhammad Ali used to do the decon commercials? Kill out these roaches. You better call the GOAT. Summon the power and the spirit of the GOAT. Get that Roach problem out of there. Because until you do that, that's hanging over your head. Leave him alone. Let me get his 40 million. All right. Left him alone. What did he do? Beat up a girl. That's what he, am I lying? So now when the Jake Paul money's gone, when he blew that, he says, yeah, I'm coming back and I'm gonna fight Cruz. I'm like, why? Well, Cruz is worth more money. Oh, so we're gonna undermine the black support. We're gonna undermine the black dollar, right? He beat him already. So do you want to see him beat a guy he beat already? You want to see him do that? Or right the wrong? Because y'all was saying he had an off night. All right, fine. Run it back. Fighters have off nights, okay. But you beat Isaac Cruz convincingly with one fucking hand. You had two hands with no hand grease. And you taking knees? And we didn't even want that fight. All we said was, hey, man, fight your contemporaries. Who the fuck is a Lamont Roach? Who is that? And why are you pulling him up from 130? What are you doing? Here he go again. Oh, that's his DMV brother. All right, man. Then he fights him to a draw. Well, actually, I thought Roach won the fight. Real shit. I thought he won the fight. But whatever. Draw, okay. What are you doing? It's a draw? Run it back. Run it back. This nigga's like, no. You guys are the worst fan base in the world, bro. I've never seen anything. Listen, what happened if Mickey Ward said run it and Arturo Gatti was like, nah? What happens if Marco Antonio Barrera told Eric Morales after their first fight, run it? And Morales was like, nah. Yo, what is wrong with y'all? Prez, Roach is not the problem here. Roach is fighting. Devin is fighting. Teofimo just fought. Shakur just fought. Everybody's fighting. Your man is fighting bitches in a strip club, man. So I have to make an imaginary scenario that he beats all the charges. Now, when he comes back to boxing, what do you want to see him do? What do you want to see him do? And we're dealing in reality. Don't tell me he's too small for 140 when he just fought at 140 and got a knockout against a hard-hitting Mexican. Stop babying this kid. He's a grown-ass man, actually. I can't believe y'all. All right. Tank to 140 or go back to the streets. There's your motherfucking link. I'll let y'all tell it. I'll let y'all tell it because I'm done. I'm done, man. This is fucking stupid. This is fucking stupid. This is stupid. I want to see the fighters that I support do the best they can and fight their contemporaries. I never supported a fighter that had a contemporary and didn't fight him. Never. Never. I've never seen this. And what I'm asking here is not unreasonable. It's not. Cordwell, I don't know you, brother. Cut your camera on. Because dudes be coming up here smashing it. They be flashing their private parts. So just turn your camera on so I can see you're a real person. K-Rod, salute, brother.
Yeah, how's it going, Drew?
Morning, brother.
Yeah, good morning to you. Yeah, I think honestly, Gervonta, he just needs to get away from my boxing. I don't think he holds any value to the sport. And even if he does come back, it's like he has to fight, with the best, anyway. And what really gets me pissed off is that a lot of his fans think like he's gonna be, skillfully compatible to fight, with the best, once he comes back. And I just think at this point, his mental fortitude is completely destroyed to the point where he's not gonna be as skilled as he can be to actually even contend up against the top level fighters. He's just not good anymore.
He's not. And you know what? I'll go as far as to say this. He's never been as advertised. He's never been that. MJ, I see you backstage. Respectfully, I don't know who you are, so I need you to turn your camera on so I can see you're a real person, because there's a lot of freaks out here that come on here and flash their private parts. Dead serious. It's all been recorded and sent to Google. I literally had a dude backstage flashing his penis. So when I'm dead serious. All right, Jackson, I got you, brother. You can turn it off now if you want to. You can turn it off if you want to, brother. You can turn it off. All right, let me read this super chat. Todd French, he says, I do know this. Tank better get his ish together mentally or he will get caught up with an off night with some cherry pick gone wrong. Hashtag cook, Drew. Yeah, and you know what? The cherry pick gone wrong was Roach. He got off light. The cherry pick gone wrong. You see, these guys knew who Tank was. They've been telling us for years, but I figured it out because I speak to people that has been around this dude. They be like, yo, this guy's not as advertised. I had Elijah Pierce up here. And the sparring is on his page. Go to his Instagram. He says, nah. I fought him back, started busting him upside his head. He quit. I said, that sounds familiar. And Brian Norman said the same thing. We whooped on him. Tank never said that didn't happen. Devin whooped on him. Doghouse rules. The man quit. And I say, man, all of this, it sounds too coincidental. But no problem. We're on a pro level right now, right? Everybody's fighting. Fight these guys. And he's not fighting. He's not fighting. So the question is, if he beats all the charges, let's say he beats all the charges, fine. Why not go to 140? That's my question. MJ, good morning, brother.
How you doing? But if Tank decides to come back, would he need a tune-up? Because he's been out for a bit. And then the other thing...
No, he doesn't.
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Another thing is he the problem, or is it the people that accept the fights that he gives them? Because a lot of his fans they don't even want to see him fight people. They just say, I know he could beat so and so and so and so. They don't even want him to prove it. They just feel he can just without proving it. So sometimes I blame some of the fans because I'm a fan of his too. But yeah, we need to start seeing them fights though. We need to start seeing them.
That's all.
They
I'm
need
saying.
to start. Yeah, that's all we need from him.
That's all
He
I'm
has
saying.
all the potential. He has all the potential, but we got to see it. We can't just say he could be so and so without him proving it, because you never know. It could be the weakest. Oh, the Roach fight. That's another example. Nobody thought Roach was going to do as good as he did. Maybe some people that follow Roach did, but most of us, we didn't expect that fight to be so close.
I expected Roach to take a dirt nap between 5 and 6, and it didn't happen. In 5 and 6, I was like, wait a minute, this is crazy. And that's all we're saying. It's okay to be a Tank fan, but all I'm saying is hold this kid accountable, man. Because he's surrounded when everyone's at 135, that was an exciting time because anybody could have got it. All of those fights, in my opinion, was 50-50. Teofimo, Devin, Shakur, Tank, those Lomachenko, those were 5 fights. I was like, whoa.
It's sad that those fights didn't happen. Exactly. Yeah. They should have happened because I don't even think Shakur and Haney is going to happen anymore. And I don't know, unless Shakur is willing to go up to 147, but.
And you know what? We got to blame the fighters. Call it out. And this is why I support Devin so heavy. The man put out a list, man. Everybody's on that list. All they have to do is say, hey, run it. I mean, you got to understand, I come from the 80s, man. This ain't that hard. TC the Crisis in that super chat. He says Tank already had a tune-up. His exes. You're going to hell, brother. You're going to hell. What? Oh my God.
Hey, Drew.
Damn. Yeah.
Man, salute, man. Long time no hear from, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute, brother.
Hey, man, we need to send Diddy Kong back to Donkey Kong country, man. He good, man. Like, man, I got a daughter, I got sisters, I got a mother, man. I don't respect that hitting women stuff, man. Like, man, he need to disappear, bro.
Then there's that. But with all things, you know, the scenario, because, you know, Tank, look, I listened to over the summer, I was listening to Champside. I was down in Florida, right? And I had a moment. I got away from family for a minute. I said, oh, Champside's on. So I'm listening to him. And one of these chicks came on the platform and they got upset with him because what he was dealing with was in facts. And the girl literally said, when you have a conversation, you always deal with facts. Literally said that.
Oh, I remember that show.
I looked at my phone like, what the fuck? And I said, okay, I'll give her that because it was a woman. Because a lot of times, and I say this respectfully, women don't deal in facts. They just argue to argue. I don't like having drawn out arguments over hypotheticals. My brother Theo Coop in the building with the Do Better podcast. This brother got one of the greatest reaction channels I've ever seen. This is my brother. I was rocking with him when he had like 700 subs. The brother got over 100,000. Y'all go subscribe to the Do Better podcast. That's my brother right there. Salute.
Hey, Drew.
Yes, sir.
I got a saying like that too. I'll be like, women don't deal in facts, they deal in feelings. They like to deal with their feelings before facts.
Right. I don't have conversations with grown men over hypotheticals. And you listen, we could argue who wins in a fight, Hulk versus Superman. The answer is whoever writes the goddamn comic book.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? But we could argue, but that's just fun shit. That's just fun shit. Who wins in an air fight? Blue Thunder or Airwolf? I like having conversations like that. They're hypotheticals. It's just fun. It's just fun shit. But when it comes to boxing, everybody's in their prime and there's no reason why this can't happen. Especially when Turkey Al-Sheikh is throwing money around. All you got to do is make the goddamn fights. And now, with this Al Heyman shit that I heard this morning, some of this is making sense now. When Bud said, hey, man, Al told me I'm not letting anyone near this fight. I said, wait, whoa. He said that? And then I started to change because you're supposed to go where the facts take you. That's what you're supposed to do. Yep. And the fact is, Tank is the A side. He could have made He could have fought all his contemporaries. Win or lose, all I wanted to see. Listen, man, if Tank fought for his contemporaries and if he beat all of them, that's great. If he lost to 3 and 1-1, it's still great. It's still great. Ali is the GOAT. He got losses. Tommy Hearns got losses. Hagler has losses. He has a loss early in his career that y'all don't pay attention to. It's okay.
But now Hawkins lost his first pro fight.
He lost his first pro fight. And all I want to see is who's the best. I mean, Andre Ward went into the Super 6. He wasn't worried about losing. He said, I'm just going to perform. Andre Ward accomplished a great feat. You're training in a tournament, and you don't know who's going to win.
Yep.
So you don't know who to train for.
Performed in the Super 6 too.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I mean, this is why I call Andre. Andre's probably in our lifetime one of the greatest dogs in our era. That's why I respect the fuck out of him. He said some things that I don't agree with, but I can separate what you said and how you performed in the ring. Andre didn't duck no smoke. And y'all put Tank Davis on his pedestal, and at the same time, y'all baby him. And I don't like that. He's a grown-ass man. He's a professional fighter. I didn't say for him to do this. He chose to do it. And he's running around, and y'all defending him. He's not proving me anything. This is crazy work.
You mind if I say something real quick? Salute.
Go ahead.
I'll just say this. And I got a chance to play in the NFL. When I was younger, Mitch Trubisky was the guy. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this kid. But no matter what, my cousin threw more than he did, a lot of different things. And the thing that consistently happened was Mitch was the guy. I think of it like this. You can't pick who the people choose. Now, am I a Tank fan? No. But I thought when I first seen him, Lamont Roach fought, I said, oh, maybe that's just Vernon Forrester when he fought Shane Mosley, because Vernon used to beat the shit out of Shane Mosley. Yes. I mean, what's my bad? Oliver McCall used to beat the shit out of Mike Tyson. I thought maybe that was just the guy that used to kick his ass. But I think the thing with Tank is this. I'm gonna be real, because I was in the youth authority, unfortunately, for a little bit of time. I wouldn't wish jail on nobody, but I'll just say this. I hope he get himself together, because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The last thing, just being real, we need to see another black man in jail who can't take care of his kids. Yep. And I stand by that. If people don't stand by that, that's cool. But the minister said it best. When you see great men fall, don't laugh, learn. But niggas don't want to do that. Niggas want to laugh. So I hope the next guy, like Jaleel Hackett, hope like my man Robert Mayweather, I hope they learn from what Tank is doing, Noah Ash, and be better. That's the only thing I hope this comes from this whole thing, is that the young niggas coming up can be better than this. That's it. And that's kind of how I feel about it.
Hey, Drew, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here, man. But I like to say, man, support Drew, support the LDBC for keeping it real, man. And R.I.P. Vernon Forrest, man. He was from my home state, 2 hours away from my hometown. So I always looked up to him.
Yeah,
and I'm up out of here, man.
No doubt, KBGJ, man. Salute to you, brother. And
salute.
Let me just digress on Vernon Forrest. I made this point the other day. Vernon Forrest, when I say the brothers got to get in control of their emotions, Vernon Forrest caused his own demise, if you read what happened. Because the people that shot him, he could have just let them get away. If I remember the story, it was an attempted carjacking, and something happened, and he pursued them. He didn't have to do that. And when I tell y'all brothers, get your ego under control, I know some things happen and you get mad, but you got to think your life, your family, your overall well-being. Vernon Forrest, when I read the story, and it wasn't the platform to say it because, rest in power to him, but he wasn't in control of his emotions and he caused his own demise. And people don't want to talk about that, but that's what really happened. He needed to chill for a minute. Take a deep breath. They tried to do something to you and they were not successful and they fled and he pursued them. And he might have had a burner on him. It's Georgia. I think it's Georgia. And he caught one, and that was so sad. But when I read the story, I said, man, why ain't just let them go, man? You ain't have to follow them, bro. You have to follow them. I came up in the 90s. Getting jumped was a part of life. When you in someone else's neighborhood, I was always somewhere going to see some girl. 2 or 3 motherfuckers trying to try you, you fight your fight. There's been a bunch of times where they jumped on me and it never worked out for them. I'm throwing people in the street, throwing punches. I remember I threw a punch at this kid. The kid, he slumped on the damn car, and the bottom of my 4 knuckles on my right hand hit the top of the car, and my hand hurt so bad. It wasn't broken, it was just swollen. It hurt so bad. But when I started fighting back, they ran. They did it to do it. I fought back, they ran. I chased them for about a block and I stopped. I said, what am I doing? What am I doing? I won that. Why chase them? For what? I chased them for 3 blocks, 4 blocks. Now I'm in the project somewhere and there's more of them now. Where it's 3, now it's 300. Now I got a problem. Then I tell my boys what happened. They're like, oh, well, why'd you chase them though? I was mad. No, you got to get in control of that. They jumped on me, they lost. They ran. I win. It's part of life.
If you could walk away,
but that's easier said than done, Drew. I remember I wasn't, because my dad is from Cypress Project. I was in Fort Greene, and I seen a nigga take Jab Judah's wallet. He chased the nigga down, beat him up, came back to the Jamaican spot where we got the cocoa bread. Came back in there after he had chased the nigga down. Sometimes some people ain't gonna let you go.
No,
Not saying that's right.
It is easier said than done. You're not wrong. It is easier. I'm just saying you have to get control of that. It is easier said than done. I was pissed off. That happened to me a bunch of times in the 90s. I'm like, well, how dare you? And I'm chasing niggas and I say, wait, whoa. I won that. But if I continue, I might get what I'm asking for. And you got to consider that. They got to hold that L. 3 of y'all jumped on one dude and y'all lost. I'm hitting people, knocking niggas out. I knocked one nigga on the D train. I knocked him sideways. He was on the floor. I thought I killed him. I had to get off the next stop. He was on there having a seizure. I said, oh shit, hit him too hard. No, not the D train, it was the C train. I had to get off the train. I said, man. And his boys ran. They were just doing shit to do it. But what happens if, the scenario I gave, you chase, and now you on that block, and it's a problem for you. You understand? So you got to consider that Vernon Forrest ate a hot one where, if I read the story correctly, because it's been a minute, he could have just let those guys get away and just tell the police what happened. It didn't have to happen. He wasn't in control of his emotions. And I know getting jumped, that's a touch. A lot of y'all been jumped, and it's very frustrating. I understand. But several times it's happened to me, and when they found out it's not going their way, it's like, yo, this big nigga's throwing it. Nope, we ain't winning. They take off running. I had to control myself. What if I chase one and catch one and beat him and he died? When I hit that dude and he slumped on the fucking floor on that C train, I went to go kick him and his eyes was in 2 different directions. He started foaming at the mouth off of a punch. I thought I killed him. I said, oh shit. The train stopped. I got off. Went upstairs, walked 2 blocks, got back on another train. I said, yo, I'm watching the news. I was only 17. I'm watching news and said, man, if they found out that somebody, let me see if someone died on the train. It's going to come back to me. Oh, shit. I was panicking. Nothing happened. But goddamn, man. Goddamn. Now, I defended myself. But what happens when you defend yourself to the point where you send them running? You don't have to pursue them. I'm going to give you a nerd example of that. Curtis in that super chat, he says, great content. Keep up the grind, King. I'm on a job. I'm showing my age. I'm going to give you a nerd example of that. Y'all remember G.I. Joe, the movie? The cartoon from the 80s? If y'all haven't seen it, that's the best one. Forget the live action ones. G.I. Joe, the movie in the 80s. Well, shit got real. They beat the shit out of Cobra, made them retreat. And they were like in Antarctica somewhere, but now they kicking their ass and Cobra's on the ropes. They gonna get them this time. Chased them right into Cobra La's lair, and Nemesis and Enforcer started kicking their ass, and they started fighting soldiers they never seen before. And this was the first time you actually seen G.I. Joe get fucked off. They got the shit beat out of them. You never seen that. I used to come home after school, and they always was beating them up. This was the first time you saw these soldiers get beat up. Quick Kick got beat up. Snake Eyes got beat up. Nemesis Enforcer threw a whole tank. They were like, what the fuck is this? What's the moral of the story? They should have, that was a time they should have just let Cobra get away. because you make shit worse. And I just wanted to digress on that so people can identify. But getting back to boxing,
I got a question about Tank. If Tank comes back, when Tank comes back, does he need to settle the score with Roach, or should he move on to just bigger fights already?
I would like to see him settle the score with Roach because that's just the thing to do. His fanatics, and I'm not talking about you because you just seem like a person that likes him and just like want to see him, you know, do what he prove who he is, and that's fine. I'd like to see the Roach fight, but he already said he wants to fight Cruz, and at this level, there's no tune-ups. If he comes back at 35, you know, I just read the names. He's a former champion, but I don't see him fighting the guys that are a legitimate threat. Errol Spence flipped his car, and he was out. When he came back, he fought Danny Garcia against my better judgment, but he did it, and he won. Tank, he hasn't had no accidents or whatever, and you know, these kids fight once a year anyway, so train and get in the ring. You know, if he's not fighting Lamont Roach, I don't want to see him fight Cruz because he beat Cruz already, and everybody's at 140. But if he stays at 35, use your star power and jump in there with Raymond Murtala, jump in there with Abdullah Mason. You know, I mean, he could do anything he wants to do.
If he fought Shakur anytime soon, that fight would be huge. Especially right now.
The time is now to fight Shakur.
Man, that fight would be so huge.
The time, and I'm glad you said that. The time is now. The time is now. They're at 140. Everyone stop talking about Devin. Devin's at 47. Get it out your mind. Tank's not fighting him. Shakur's not fighting him. He proved it Saturday. Devin was in attendance. He calls out fucking Conor Ben. So get it out your mind. Get it out your mind. Forget Devin. Okay, the time right now is Tank versus Shakur. Right now. Make it now. Forget Conor Ben. Make it now. If Tank beats this case, fight Shakur. Period. I don't want to hear 40 being too big. He was there already and got a knockout. The time is now, bruh. Even Lamont Roach and Isaac Cruz is at 140. So he didn't say Cruz got to come down and back down to 35. He didn't say that. He said, I'm fighting Cruz next. He didn't specify. So when he goes to 140, do it. Fight Shakur, bruh. Go ahead, Xavier.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Cruz may be a cherry pick gone all bad for Tank, bro. I don't want to see that fight, but that could be a cherry pick gone wrong for him because he's gonna pick the weakest link. But it seems like Cruz caught up with him a lot in the first fight, right?
Yeah.
And Cruz has gotten better. I still think Tank can beat him, but that could be a cherry pick gone wrong. Shakur and Tank is the time if Tank can get his shit together. I mean, the guy, if he threw $40-50 million away to fight Jake Paul, what do you think he's gonna do to Shakur? You know what I mean? Look, at some point or another, I hate to say it, but you just got to give up on these dudes because they're not giving you the same energy that you're investing into them.
Right.
And this is a sad time for me because not only do I not want to see a human being going through what they're going through, but us boxers, and I say us boxers because we're looked at as dumb people by the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. If you look at how they described us, we can't count or we can't read or we're uneducated and we walk around and our eyes are crossed. We're looked as dumb people and we're looked as people who are just not educated people. And when fighters like Ryan Garcia and Tank do the shit that they do, it just puts a black eye in the sport of boxing because regardless of what race you are, the minute people find out you're a boxer, they automatically think you're a dumb person. And that's just really sad for me. Like, you know what I mean? Because I want the best for the sport. But as I was telling you, Drew, the other day, I'm kind of tired of defending it, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exhausting.
Because no matter how much I rock for a fighter, somehow along the way, it let me down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just kind of, I'm kind of getting irritated with the sport already, and some of the, I hate to say that since the Pacquiao fans, right? It's just unrealistic bias commentating from the fans or whatever they got. I mean, it's just
Hold on, X. Point Guard TV. Click the link. I want to talk to you. No bullshit. I just want to talk to you. I'm not trying to argue with you. I want you to click the link. This guy, Point Guard TV.
What is that?
Click the link. He said my first MF he faced when he come back gonna pay badly for the trolling y'all been doing. Okay. As if Tank doesn't troll, but that's okay. Point Guard TV. I have a question for you. Just click the link and come up. I'm not trying to argue or cuss. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to have a conversation because I want to see what type of person you are. So I'm gonna need you to click the link and come up here and let's have a conversation. Please don't tell me you're at work or you can't talk right now. Don't do that. All right. Just come up because I have a question for you. I just have a question because this scenario this morning is based off of him beating his case or cases. And if he beats cases, let's say he only gets 6 months slap on the wrist and now he could train. This scenario is based off of him being active. And what do you want to see him do? You see, when I asked the Tank fans this question, what do you want to see him do? Listen to the responses you get. It's more focused on us critiquing him and holding him accountable rather than what they want to see him do. Because what they want to see him do is actually embarrassing. Because what they want to see him do has nothing to do with him fighting his contemporaries. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy to me is I have a daughter, right? And it's hard for me to root for any athlete knowing that they put hands on a woman, regardless of the situation. I don't know how anyone can defend this man. He's got multiple issues of the same thing. You know what I mean? And besides the fact, he hasn't fought 17, 18 fighters that he should have fought. How can you even like I don't even understand how you can defend or even want to root for the man. He's let you down 18 times and he's beat up 3-4 women. Like I just
I can't believe I can't, but I'm gonna let you cook, MJ. I just want to say this. I can't believe that him not being able to keep his hands to himself to the point where his freedom is in jeopardy is impeding on his boxing career. And I have to make fantasy scenarios where, okay, if he beats the case, what do you want to see him do? This show shouldn't even be happening.
No, but Drew, he can keep his hands to himself. He kept his hands to himself 17, 18 times by not fighting with them other dudes.
Hey,
what
man,
are we talking about here?
You want a Point Guard TV. I know you watch me because when you come up here, you know look at the picture, bro.
You mean to tell me he can go chase down a woman, but he can't chase down Devin Haney?
Now watch this. Let's leave Devin out of this for a second. Let's do this. Look at the picture. The only person he fought on this picture is Lamont Roach, and he fought him to a draw. He didn't say when I come back, Abdullah Mason, I'm getting that belt. Ray Matala, I'm getting that belt. He didn't even say that. He said I'm gonna fight Isaac Cruz. We're like, wait a minute, two things. Press was just in here saying he's too small for 140, but Isaac Cruz is fighting at 140 right now. And don't tell me he's gonna drop down just for the payday because El Rayo didn't do that. And I think El Rayo would have fucked him up at 140, which is why he didn't pursue the smoke. And El Rayo styled on Isaac Cruz.
Yeah.
So he wants to fight a guy that lost to Isaac Cruz and fought to a draw, the same guy you fought to a draw with. And I got niggas telling me that Roach got Cruz problems. No! Tank got problems with planet Earth. Stop! Tell me I'm lying. Please click the link and tell me I'm lying. Von T, you scared to come up here and have a conversation? Tell me I'm lying. Please, tell anybody. Tank, where's KO at? Y'all go run and tell him. He could click the link today. You ain't gonna word salad me. This is logic. Somebody go get Benan. Go get KQKC. Go get that retarded ass nigga with a mental problem, a Southpaw TV. Go get him. I'm just asking a simple question. You see this picture? And Sandor Martin's not on here? There was nothing but space and opportunity. You see, this is what the A side is. All I'm asking is, why not? But now, I got to have a mythical conversation. What if Tank beats the case? Like y'all want him to, fine. He beats the case, he gets a slap on the wrist, fine. He gets to continue his career. Great. What do you want to see him do? That's my question. Does he go to 140? No, he's too small for 140. Okay, what does he do at 135? Well, he's going to take over. That's a hypothetical. That's fantasy. You know why? He didn't say anything. Isaac Cruz, he ain't call out Dalton Smith. Right now, Isaac and Dalton are sharing a belt. They got to figure out who's the main guy. I spoke about that yesterday. He called out Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz fighting at 140. So obviously he can make 140. Why is he calling out Isaac Cruz? Delano says, "Oh, he got Roach got Cruz problems." No, Cruz got Roach problems. Cruz got El Rayo problems. Yep. Why are we talking about this? What Tank don't have Cruz problems. He beat him already. He has Roach problems.
Hey, Tank's got boxing problems, bro. He got pick a fighter.
Man, this is ridiculous, man.
Could the problems that Tank has outside of the ring have anything to do with the pressure he has of having to fight other people, and he has that anxiety and he's taking it out on them women?
It could be that. It could be that, and I'm glad you mentioned that.
You can't tell me that. Hey, you know what? I got pressure of fighting and getting paid. Let me go beat up this woman. That makes no sense to me, bro.
It could build up into anger issues.
You ever told your child to go to their room and they have a meltdown? They start throwing shit. Now, as an adult, you're like, this little motherfucker don't understand. I paid for the mortgage, these lights, that goddamn PlayStation. You understand what I'm saying? All of these things, they don't understand how good they have it. All I said was, you ain't pick up after yourself. Now you got to go to your room for an hour. And this little motherfucker rolling on the floor, he or she don't know how good they have it. You know, when we start recognizing that, when we get older and we got to start paying our own bills. When you start seeing how tired your parents are for working 15-hour shifts and shit, you're like, oh shit. Now you understand.
Shit got real.
Right, shit got real. What happened? What you're looking at right now is Tank has been babied, and where our credit Cal and Kenny and everybody that took care of Tank and kept him off the streets, where I credit them for that, they missed the part where raising him to be a man. So they kept him out of trouble, but he waited till he touched the mill to start fucking around in the streets. Because he got fascinated by that, because he was raised by what? Street niggas. But real OGs, when I came up, there was some older cats that were doing foul shit. You know what they all told us? Don't do what I do. I do what I do because I have to. This is my situation. Y'all don't do what I do. That's what the OGs did. Something happened where during the crack era, those quote-unquote OGs was telling the young kids, hold my crack for me. The police ain't gonna bother you. So you had kids walking around with $10,000 worth of crack in their JanSport. So you can't trust all these niggas today. Tank just grew up, but he wasn't raised. And he's a grown adolescent. Which is why I'm looking at his career and I don't understand. I don't understand what the fuck, but then I do. So what MJ said is true. All the money in the world can't fix what he got going on in his brain. there's no reason why he's beating on chicks when he has a $40 million payday where he could beat on another man. He's literally threw it in the garbage. And he's running around, I don't care. He didn't care. He was caught shopping, not for food. He was buying luxury items. And they said, oh, there you go right there. And they picked him up. This is the stupidest fucking kid on planet Earth. And I'm looking at the people that raised him, and I'm looking at the people that support him. This is ridiculous. I got to make a fictional scenario that he beats the case, and I'm asking, what does he do at 140? And I don't have an answer. Because he has a reputation of what? Not doing anything. He's not doing shit. So why the fuck are you? Is everyone celebrating? I'm not the villain here. I didn't beat the chicks. I'm a supporter of sport. Y'all tell me this kid is the goods. All I ever said was, show me. Now, watch this. Have y'all ever considered that I want what's best for Tank? Fuck the trolling. Y'all get mad at me responding when he does stupid shit. Y'all get mad when I get a troll that comes up here and wants to argue with me about hypotheticals. Y'all get mad. Have y'all ever considered that I want what's best for him? Drew, no, you don't. Yes, I do. How many times I gotta say, I don't want this kid in trouble. I don't want this kid in prison. I want this kid to prove he's the best. Where is the fault in that? How am I a villain? How am I a villain? How? The same rules apply to all fighters. Oh, this kid's good. I had someone tell me about Devin before y'all even knew who the fuck he was. And all I said was, keep grinding. I'm about to have the Vazian Banhauder up here this Sunday. Y'all don't even know who he is. I do. His parents be in the chat. He just had a great win over the weekend. I watched boxing, and I said, hey, man, keep grinding. You know what I'm saying? Elijah Pierce. Prez, go ahead and cook. I got to take this call. Y'all go ahead and cook.
Listen, we just want the best for Tank Davis, bro. It's not that deep. Tank is not boxing. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I want the best for boxing.
What is best for boxing? A lot of you guys say a lot of you guys say the best fight, the best, all this other danger or whatever. But are the best really fighting the best? They're not. The only fight we saw was Teofimo and Shakur, and I don't even think that's the fight we wanted to really see. We were supposed to go see Shakur versus Devin, but that fell off. So like that's what they wanted to see, right? But
yeah, but it goes far deeper than a good fight. Before the Teofimo and Shakur fight, it was very interesting because we were excited to see two top fighters fight each other. How the fight unraveled after the fact is a different story, but the excitement of seeing the best fighting these best and seeing what the outcome is and appreciating Shakur's boxing skill and what he can do at the elite level. That's the part that I love about boxing. You know what I mean? If the fight turns out to be a great fight, then it turns out to be a great fight. If not, you got at least to see the two top guys, and you saw one walked away with it. It's just that's the exciting part about boxing. You get what I'm saying? Does that make any sense?
Okay, we literally had that with Lamont Roach versus Tank. What was the problem?
I didn't say it was a problem, brother. Never said it was a problem.
A great fight. Did it not? Didn't Tank himself say this was going to be a hard fight for him? He said it. But y'all niggas still lumped on him for that fight, man.
No. I thought that was a great fight. That was a fight that we didn't expect and turned out to be a great fight. That's what I was saying right now, right? Because we weren't expecting it. We didn't know who Lamont Roach was, and it turned out to be a great fight. It was great. I'd love to see Tank against any of these guys. But apparently, it's just he keeps getting into predicament where he can't compete in boxing. So what do? We move on to the next fighter, bro.
We didn't know who. What's that guy's name? Bakram, whatever. Who he was, and he destroyed Tim Tszyu. That was a good fight.
Hell yeah, but
So what's the
that's
point
true.
y'all be saying? I don't know who this guy is.
But see,
We didn't know. Hold on, people didn't know who Dmitry Bivol was before he fought Canelo.
I knew who Dmitry Bivol was.
All right, I'm back. I haven't listened, but I want to make sure that we're on task. I want to make sure we're on topic. I want to make sure we're on topic. I want to make sure we're on topic. All right, I don't want to take the conversation anywhere than what we're talking about here. We're going off the scenario. If Tank Davis beats all the charges, which is what we hope, right? We hope he beats the charges. All right. I'm talking to Tank fanatics. Want to beat the charges. I don't want to see Now I did say I don't want to see no black man in jail if they don't deserve it, but every nigga in prison ain't Nelson Mandela. I did say that. So if he needs to go do some time, then go sit down. All right? But this is based off of him coming out of prison. Now, if he even goes, regardless of what it is, what do you want to see him do next? Press, what do you want to see him do next? He beats the charges or he gets about 6 months, a year. Now he's out. What do you want to see him do next?
Fight somebody.
Put a name on it, brother.
Fight the brother, what's his name? Raymond Mortalov. Go fight him.
Oh, so you want him at 135?
Yeah, where he's comfortable at.
Where he's comfortable. Okay. All right, let's play the game. When Shakur was at 35, why didn't they fight?
Because he had a fight lined up.
What fight was that?
Lamont Roach.
Okay, after Lamont Roach, there was a unification belt because he kept his title. Why didn't he fight Shakur?
Because he had plans with Jake Paul.
Okay, is that acceptable?
Tank has said it himself. He's in it for the money. If I had a big money fight like Jake Paul, 40 million, I'm taking that over a unification bout with Shakur Stevenson.
Okay, so when I say I hate boxing, do you understand why I hate boxing? Because boxing has become that. And you don't see the issue with that?
Listen,
Plus,
he
could have got hurt with. He could have got hurt in that fight.
He get hurt in any fight. He got hurt in the Lamar Roach fight.
Brother. That's the problem. That fight meant nothing but lining his pockets. And when we asked him to fight his contemporaries, Jake Paul didn't even come into that equation. Y'all gave Jake Paul power when we had the power. He's picking on a guy that's the size of a 12-year-old in comparison. Jake Paul's a big dude in comparison to Tank. Tank is small. You said that yourself, but you was okay with him fighting dangerous. And I don't care what you say. That Jake Paul fight was very dangerous. I was concerned. That was very dangerous. Jake Paul could have did to Tank what AJ did to Jake. And he needed State Farm insurance at that moment. Jake from State Farm. He needed him.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is. I don't believe Tank was in danger. I think he was too skilled to be in danger. I think he has too much
my
experience.
point is, brother, it's stupid. It's stupid. That wasn't boxing, brother. That was not boxing. He could have made a lot of money fighting Shakur, bro. He could have made a lot of money.
Not as much as he did with was going to do with
see, this is what I'm saying. Y'all chasing the bread and y'all justifying it and y'all giving life to him moving how he moves. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all justify it.
I'm hearing you, but that's his decisions. That's what he wants to do.
Okay, but how are you as a supporter of the sport cool with that?
I'm not saying I'm necessarily cool with that. I'm not gonna like what's the word? Get on him because he wants to fight Jake Paul. If he wants to do that, go ahead. I mean, this is his decision.
Okay, so now the Jake Paul fight fell through because of his actions.
Yeah, that's on him. It's only himself to blame.
So now, when y'all thought he was gonna beat the charge, he calls out Eastside Cruz. How?
Yeah.
How?
Well,
Why?
he had a knee injury. He said it himself, and he
I don't
said
believe
he
that.
watched-
Okay, but that's my opinion. I don't believe that. But okay.
Um,
So his knee's fine now, but he calls out Isak Cruz. Are you cool
Yeah,
with
he-
that?
for a comeback fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, why? That's a good fight.
Okay, Isak's at 140 right now.
They could have. I don't know how the negotiations would have worked out.
I mean, El Rayo didn't come down to 35 for Tank. Isak, more than likely, he's not going to do that. So why would he call out Isak Cruz when he beat him handily with one hand? When he
But-
has unfinished business with Lamont Roach.
I mean, people have been calling for the Isak Cruz rematch. Even Cruz himself been begging for a rematch with Tank
Well,
Davis.
Isak is definitely going to call for a rematch because he's the one that lost, so he'll take that. But at this current junction, Isak has momentum on his side, and he's at 140. So why would not fight the guy that you fought to a draw with? There was controversy in there, and there's money involved in that. Why wouldn't he do that?
Who said he wouldn't do that?
Because
I
he
mean-
said he wanted Isak. He said that. He said,
Yeah, he said-
I'm fighting Isak Cruz.
He also said he wanted to rematch Lamont Roach on the podium after the press. After the
Okay,
post
but
fight.
what was the last thing he said, though? What was the last thing he said?
He wanted to fight Cruz.
The guy he beat already.
Yeah.
Okay, does
Okay.
that make sense? Does that make any sense?
For a comeback fight, yeah. I would
No,
fight.
wait, hold on. Not a comeback fight. We don't do warm-ups. You beat Isak Cruz, brother. You beat him already. You beat him with one hand.
Isaac Cruz isn't a warm up though. He was
No,
a
it's
world
not. No,
champion.
wait, hold on. But Prez, he beat him already, brother. He beat him already.
That's
there's
fine.
unfinished-
A lot of
Why does
fighters-
he need a warm-up? Why does he need a warm-up when he could
A
fight the
lot
guy?
of fighters beat a guys and rematch them again. That happens.
Well,
in
what were the
boxing.
conditions, though? What were the conditions?
When conditions like what happened in the ring?
Okay, watch this. He never agreed to rematch Lamont Roach. In fact, he clowned him and said, "I giveth and I taketh away."
No,
Meaning
I'm
not
talking
gonna
about
give you
the post fight press conference, and also on Twitter, he said we can do that in May. He wanted to rematch that guy. He was
in
saying-
May.
Yeah,
Now here's
yeah.
another thing. May when? May when?
I don't. He said in May or like he said May or late June. That's what he said.
Okay,
on
how
Twitter.
is he doing that when he said I'm retiring at the end of 2025? Uh-oh.
Because that fight derailed his plans. He literally said it in the post-fight conference.
He said after the Jake Paul fight, I'm retiring.
No. I'm talking about after the Lamont Roach and him fought in a post-fight conference, right? He said that this ordeal, the fight that he just had, derailed everything he had going on. He has to rethink what he has to do. He said this. So
brother. Keep it very simple. Because Tank says a lot of shit and he lies, brother. You know he lies.
So he probably lied about what you just said. Like
Okay,
what?
No, it's no probably, brother. He lied, brother. He lied. Let's hold him accountable, bro. Let's hold him accountable. The man lied. Okay? He lied. He also said, I'm retiring. Me and Al Heyman retiring at the end of 2025. I don't know what that was about. So I said, well, how is he going to fight his contemporaries if he's fighting Jake Paul in December? I said, oh, this is farewell fight. Y'all told us, leave him alone, let him get his 40 million. I did that, and he managed to fuck that up by fighting this girl. So I said, okay, well, I guess his career is over. Now he's talking about, I'm coming back to fight Isak Cruz. And I said, well, he beat him already. The fight is Lamont Roach. Because last time I seen Isak Cruz and Lamont Roach, they fought to a draw. So if a comeback fight is good enough against Cruz, why can't a comeback fight be good enough against Lamont Roach? They both fought to a draw. So what are we talking about?
Who would do better numbers with Cruz?
Oh, now we're talking about numbers. Okay,
Yeah,
so now
I've been talking about
great.
numbers
I'm glad
all
you said that. So you're gonna undermine the black dollar.
What?
You're gonna undermine the black dollar.
No, it's undermining. Is Tank Davis not black?
Is Lamont Roach not black?
Is Tank Davis not black?
He's a little yellow. But
Lamar Roach a little yellow.
no, Tank is light skinned with slant eyes. He's sexy to some of these niggas. I'm not saying you.
Lamar Roach got hazel eyes and he's literally
terrific,
light
but
skinned.
he got nappy hair. But anyway, he's not tatted enough. He's not what these niggas like out here. He's not what these faggot niggas like.
Okay.
But let's keep it a buck. When I say you undermining the black dollar, you saying there's more money in the Isaac Cruz fight. Why?
Because sorry, Isaac Cruz has headline pay-per-views before. Lamar Roach hasn't done that.
Hold on. He did headline on pay-per-view with Tank Davis.
Yeah, with Tank, but I'm saying Isaac Cruz has headlined more.
How many losses Isaac Cruz has?
He has only like I think 2 or 3.
He lost to El Rayo, right?
He lost to Rayo. Yeah, he lost to Tank.
He lost to Tank, lost to El Rayo, and fought to a draw with Lamar Roach. Who has a better record? Lamar Roach or Isaac Cruz?
Cruz.
Cruz got 3 losses.
Thank you.
Cruz is a better record.
So, when you say Tank has unfinished business, who won between Tank and Cruz?
Tank Davis.
Okay, so what unfinished business does he have with him?
Because they've been calling for a rematch for a while.
Whoa.
And it was a close fight, very close fight.
Okay, but Tank won.
Okay,
Tank
people
won.
rematch.
I argued with people. They said all Tank did was run. I said, well, Cruz couldn't cut the ring off and nail him. Tank won. I argued that. I said, no. It wasn't even close. To me, it wasn't close. He broke his hand, and Cruz still couldn't land it. Tank showed excellent footwork and head movement, and he pop shotted him with a broken hand. I called Tank a dog in that fight.
Okay.
Yes? Am I lying about the outcome of that fight?
You're not.
Okay. But there's a little problem when he fought Lamar Roach. See, the problem is I thought Lamar Roach won, but they didn't give it to him. So when fighters fight to a draw and it's unfinished business, what is the most logical thing to do?
Yeah, you go and rematch that guy. Tank wanted to do that.
Okay. So what are we talking about? Why are you talking about money?
Because
you
that's
think
as
there's
though
more money. Why would there be more money in an Isaac Cruz rematch than a Lamar Roach rematch? Why?
Cruz is a more recognizable name.
No. That's not what you
fan
want to say,
base.
brother. That's not what you want to say, brother. That's not what you want to say. Say what you want to say. You said recognizable name. No, now Lamar Roach is the guy that went toe to toe with Tank. So now he's recognizable. But say
Cruz went toe to toe with Tank. They
No, brother. Because now Cruz went toe to toe and fought to a draw with the same guy, and they have an opponent in problem. They have an opponent in common, but Cruz lost, but couldn't even beat the guy that also fought Tank to a draw. And everyone thinks that Roach beat Tank. People with eyes, except Tank fans. So say what you have to say. Go ahead and say that he's Mexican.
What?
Say it. Say he's Mexican. Go ahead
What are
and
you
say
on
it, bro.
about?
What do you mean he's recognizable? Say, because that's what I
He
hear.
is the more recognizable name. He literally is. His name holds stock. He was a world champion at 140.
Okay, he's
fought
headlined
guys
the
like El
pay-per-view.
Rayo. He's
headlined the pay-per-view. All right, he fought El Rayo and lost, bro.
He beat Rolly.
He lost. So what? He beat Rolly. He lost. Rolly's lost before. Rolly's looked horrible before.
Okay, that's
Rolly's
cool.
sucking now.
But I'm saying this Cruz is headline more pay-per-views
Hold on,
than
Rolly
Lamar
already
Roach.
got knocked out by Tank, brother. He already got knocked out.
Okay, that's cool. That's fine.
Okay.
But, okay, fighters fight who is
I'm trying to figure out how is it more marketable to fight Isaac Cruz
It
over
is.
the guy?
He's
How?
Because he's under the PBC. That's true.
Oh, BBC. I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh my God.
I didn't got nothing to do with it. I'm glad you brought up the PBC. Did you hear the top of the show? I'm gonna cook on that tomorrow. Do you know that Floyd Mayweather is suing for $340 million? Did you know that? Now it explains why they couldn't secure the Toyota Center in the Roach Tank fight. The presser looked like it was sponsored by Temu. They're out of money. It's over. The marketing scheme is over. Tank is a marketing scheme.
BBC still runs boxing, man.
They
I
do?
don't know.
You sure?
I'm
Please show up
positive.
tomorrow. Please show up tomorrow, brother. Tell me
I'll
how they
be
run
here.
boxing. You sure? Turkey don't run boxing right now?
Hell no.
You don't?
Hell no.
Okay, so how does PBC run boxing?
Because Oscar De La Hoya and Al Heyman teamed up. They run boxing.
They do?
They run,
They're running from boxing.
not running from boxing.
Oscar De La Hoya single-handedly put the kibosh on Boots versus Ortiz. That's running boxing?
No. And it's Jerome.
Wait, hold on. Did they make that fight, or did Oscar visibly say that Ortiz has more options other than Boots?
Yeah,
Did
because
he not this happen?
because
That's running
Jerome
boxing.
Boots had 2 offers sent to him, and he's ducked both times.
Hold on, BF. Salute, BF. That's running boxing, brother. That's running boxing.
And he was running
Did
boxing.
Oscar De La Hoya take Ortiz and say he has more options, better options than Boots, and threw Errol Spence in the mix in the Tywin Inferno? Did that not happen? Yes or no?
I think
You saw
Errol
the
Spence.
same video I saw.
I think Errol Spence is a better option than Boots.
No, wait, no. That's not what we're talking
Yeah, that's a
about.
better option.
We want Ortiz and Boots. And what did Oscar attempt to do?
To not do the fight, okay?
Okay, so is that running boxing?
If there's a better option, like you said,
That's
Errol
not a better
Spence,
option. We don't know what Errol. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, Errol said stop using my name. So what are we talking about?
Does Errol Spence not box anymore? Is he retired?
Did Oscar De La Hoya not stop that fight? Yes or no?
Boots and his team stopped that fight. They were
Did
negotiating.
Oscar De La Hoya put out a video and say that Ortiz has better options than Boots? Yes or no?
They sent Boots an offer twice.
Please answer
He
the
denied
question.
it.
Did Oscar De La Hoya put out a video 2 weeks ago saying that Ortiz has better options than Boots?
Why are we
hold
omitting-
on. Team Ortiz had to intervene and said, no, we're not saying what he's saying. We want the fight. Did
Yeah,
that
they
not
want the
happen?
fight.
Yes or no?
They sent that man 2 offers already.
No. Answer my question. Did Oscar I'm gonna ask you one more time. Did Oscar De La Hoya not do a video putting the kibosh on Boots versus Ortiz? Yes or no?
He did do a video.
Okay,
I
stop
already
right there.
answered that.
Stop right there. He did it. Is that boxing to you?
That's Oscar De La Hoya's ordeal. Whatever
No, hold
he's got
on.
going on.
So that's boxing to you. You agree with that?
It's the politics in boxing.
Okay, politics. So I'm not talking politics because I never talked politics about Hagler Hearns, Ray Leonard Hagler. I never talked about that. I wanted to see the goddamn fight. So when see these guys have you trained. You talking about politics and bullshit and what makes more money. I want the fights. I don't care. I'm not on. Devin Haney don't pay me.
Sorry.
Bill don't pay
That's
me.
all.
None of these. Deontay don't pay me. I'm not on no one's payroll. I'm a supporter of the sport.
Sorry,
I want fights. And when the fighters are not fighting, I talk about it. I'm not the villain here.
Okay,
So
but
let's bring
listen.
the conversation full circle. If Tank is the goods, then why on planet Earth are there 15 names here and the only person he fought was down there in the middle and he fought him to a draw? He had space and opportunity
Boxing is a
to fight
business.
these guys, and Tank, the A side, never did it. That's my issue.
Hey, Drew.
There's no way in the world you're the A side and you have all this food on the table and you didn't eat. There ain't no fucking way.
Boxing is a business.
I didn't ask for Barrios. I didn't ask for Garcia. I didn't ask for Hector Garcia. I didn't ask for Rolly. I didn't ask for Isak Cruz. I did ask for
People
Devin
asked
Haney.
for Garcia.
Y'all made
Ryan Garcia
excuses.
was a demanded fight. That was a huge
I didn't
fight.
ask for any of these fights. The only fight on this page
You
right here
didn't
that I
ask
asked
for it.
was Devin
You
Haney.
didn't ask for it, but the general audience asked for the Ryan Garcia fight with Tank Davis.
And for
that
what?
was
You talking
that
about,
was
wait, hold
that
on,
was
hold on.
that was
You talking about sales, right? Look at the screen. How many pay-per-view sales did any of these guys have before fighting Tank Davis?
Ryan
Go.
was a big name before he got sales.
How many
that fight
pay-per-view sales?
marinated for
You know
5
why I'm bringing this up?
years.
You know why I'm bringing this up? Because the major argument that y'all used for Tank not fighting Devin was because he only sold 200 to 450,000 pay-per-view buys, and that wasn't enough for y'all. So I said, wait a minute.
That's a fake
Arios
number,
was
by
never
the way.
on
When did
pay-per-view.
Devin-
Brody was
before
never on pay-per-view. Hector Garcia was never on
Devin-
pay-per-view. Ryan Garcia was never on pay-per-view. Isak Cruz was never on pay-per-view. But they all got opportunities.
Wait. This was during the 135 era when all these guys was there. When did Devin do 200?
No, Mario Barrios was at 140.
Yeah, I know, 140, but like this is during like that time when Tank was still really in there, like when Tank was like 25 years old. And we're talking about Devin Haney doing 200 to 450K. Who got that number? Who did that number? When did he sell that? When?
Hey, you want to debate the
all I
numbers?
know is he went.
Hold on.
All I know is he
You want
fought
to debate the
Lomachenko.
numbers? You want to debate the numbers? I don't care if he had 1,000 pay-per-view buys. It's more than everybody on the screen prior to fighting Tank. Uh-oh.
Hey.
Watch out.
So check this
Watch
out.
out. Watch out.
You're saying about Devin Haney, and you also brought up that Ryan Garcia was a big economy. That's why he fought Tank and this and that, right? But
Yeah,
Ryan
that's
fought
true, though.
Devin. But Ryan fought Devin.
Okay, because he wanted to fight Devin.
All right, watch this. Hey,
What'd you
Prez.
say?
Hey,
No, hold
Prez.
on. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Because he
willing
wanted to
Devin?
fight Devin.
Okay, there you go, brother. You said that boxing is a business. But you said
It
boxing
is a
is a business, right?
and a business
okay,
makes sense.
okay. Hold up. So, why did Tank pass up on 16 business opportunities?
You mean 16 bit? He didn't. What are you talking about?
He didn't?
He didn't.
Who do you
Show
fight
him
on
the
this
16
page? Who do you fight on this page, Press? Look at the screen. Who do you fight?
I'm not looking at 16 business opportunities.
Okay.
Why ain't he fight Jorge Linares?
He's washed.
Why ain't he fight
Okay.
Mikey Garcia?
No, he didn't fight those guys. And you know what? I'm glad you brought Mikey Garcia up. He said that he didn't fight Mikey. He didn't want to fight Mikey because Mikey was too big. But then he jumped up to 140 for Mario Barrios.
Thank you. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Why he ain't
Okay.
fight
There was a
Lomachenko in
wait.
2018?
There's a timeline on that. Was
Yeah, there's a
Mikey Garcia-
timeline on all of
Whoa. Was Mikey Garcia still fighting when he fought Mario Barrios? What do y'all do this for?
Wait,
Was he
hold
still
on.
fighting? Was he still fighting?
Who was Mikey Garcia's last fight? Sandro Martin, right?
Yep.
Tank was popping right there. What are we talking about? And I didn't put Sandro Martin on this list.
I think at one time, Mikey was fighting Robert Easter, right? And at that time, I think Tank was trying to fight Abner Maris.
Now, why Abner Mars and not Gary Russell? What's up with that?
Oh
And mind you want to talk about Ryan Garcia? The
When
very
you say-
next event that Ryan Garcia had,
Young brother,
it
let me
was
tell
in
you
Texas.
something.
It was in Texas at the Toyota Center. Half the goddamn venue was shut off, and it was on free TV. Please stop telling me that Ryan Garcia is a pay-per-view star.
All
The nigga
these
needs a
niggas
fan
fought
pass.
on free TV. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the niggas I'm saying here.
But
they
you
fought
said
on
that
free
he's a
TV.
star. You said he's a star.
Tank Davis is a star.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a star.
Ryan Garcia is not.
He's
He's not. He needs a dance partner. The very next event was not on pay-per-view.
If people demanded for that fight, though, that's what I'm saying.
Oh
it
my
was
God.
It was
You
a
see,
business
That's
move.
why I let
You're
you come
saying-
out here.
You're saying
because you're making excuses for Mellow Yellow.
I'm not making excuses. I'm telling
Yes,
you
you
the
are.
truth.
I showed you 15 faces that he let go. And I'm asking you in a hypothetical, because that's the world we living in now. If he beats the case and he continues his career, I asked you, what do you want to see him do? That's my question.
I said fight Raymond Mortala. Get back in there. Get a belt.
Ray Mortala at 135.
At what weight? Oh.
I said 135.
Okay, so Ray Mortala at 135 for a belt. Yes?
Yeah, sure.
Is that a tune-up?
It's not a tune-up. That's straight into the business.
Okay, so we're past tune-ups, right? Because I saw someone was on here talking about, oh, that was the other brother. He said a tune-up. I don't believe in tune-ups.
Why?
I don't believe in tune-ups. Not on Tank's level. He's not active enough. He hasn't had injuries enough. He's fresh. He's young. He's so fresh and so clean.
So you've been out of the ring for almost a year and a half.
These niggas fight
Yeah.
once a year anyway. So what are we doing?
I believe in tune-ups.
I don't. Errol Spence shut down the tune-up
That's why
argument.
Errol fucked up now.
No, Errol
Yeah,
Spence
yeah,
got in there with Danny Garcia.
That's why he's fucked
almost
up
knocked him
now.
No, he looked fine in that fight.
Okay, well, what led up to all
And
that?
then tell Dennis Ugas, tell Dennis Ugas about Errol Spence.
And what did
Look in
Bud
his
do
eye.
to him?
Look him in the eyes and say,
And what did Bud do to him?
that's Bud though. Bud is the best in the world.
So was Ugas
But what about
the best in
Ugas?
the
What
world?
about? But no.
So let's talk about it.
I'm not gonna let you take the conversation there. I'm not gonna let you take the
Who
conversation.
was Ugas before he fought Pacquiao?
Oh,
who
great.
was that guy?
No,
Did he lose?
You know who Ugas is? Ask Mario Barrios, who beat the shit out of him.
So so he's not that good then. He's not.
Oh,
not
he's
that
not?
good of a player.
So
Nah,
he's not?
I don't think so.
Because he lost to Mario Barrios?
No, I'm saying because
Well, no, you
who
just
was
said
that
he's
guy?
not that good.
Who
You just said he's
was
not that
Ugas
good
before
then.
he fought Pacquiao?
Okay, so
Before
but
he
you
old
just said, and I
ass
said he
Pacquiao.
fought. Then I said he fought Mario Barrios, and Mario Barrios
No,
beat
he fought.
Ugas.
Then he fought Spence.
Then you said Spence. Then you just said he's not
Spence
that
had
good.
trouble with that
You said
guy
he's
until
not
he started
that
beating
good.
him up.
You said he's not that good.
He's not that
You just
good.
said that, right?
No, Dennis Ugas is not that good.
He's not that good. So the Mario Barrios fight don't count, right?
Until Spence met.
So the Mario Barrios fight don't count, right?
Until Spence.
So the Mario Barrios fight don't count, right?
Then the Spence fight don't count.
Okay,
He's not
great.
that
So
good.
then Tank knocked Mario Barrios out at 140.
And
So
what
140's
happened?
not too big for Tank.
And
you talking about
Spence,
35.
and Spence made Ugas quit on the stool.
Oh, terrific.
I don't
So
think
Mario
Ugas is that
Barrios-
good.
Mario
Ugas
Barrios
is not that good.
Ugas and beats him. So you say Ugas
Then-
ain't that good. But mind you, Ugas put the beats on fucking Bud at least 13 times. Uh-oh. Where you gonna go now?
13
know
times he
about
beat
that?
up Bud.
Do you know about that? He didn't. Wait, hold on.
You
I'm
talking
lying?
about the amateurs.
I'm lying?
You talking
I'm
about the
lying?
amateurs.
They could have fought in the pros. What happened?
Who cares about the amateurs?
No, wait. Oh,
Who cares
no.
on that?
Nope. Now I gotta stop you. This is the first time I'm muting you. Now I gotta stop you. Because Bud could have fought Ugas in the fucking in the pros. Chat, press 1. I'm gonna get on my champ side. Press 1 if that's true. Because now I didn't want to do this, but when Errol said I'm cleaning up my side, of the street, Ugas was there. Ugas was there. Bud didn't do the heavy lifting at 47. He fought, but Errol said I'm cleaning up my side of the street. Bud could have fought Ugas, and we're wondering why he ain't fight Ugas. And then we find out Ugas put the beats on him in the amateurs. So I said, oh shit, run it. Bud didn't run it. He ran from it. Now I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to drag Bud, but that's the truth. And Errol stepped up and beat his eyeball out his head. That's the truth. So don't talk to me about the amateurs when he could have got right. Right now, Keyshawn Davis talking about the ass. Listen, Cruz just lost to Matala. Keyshawn ain't do that. You know why? Because Keyshawn couldn't do it. And if he could do it, there was space and opportunity for him to do so. He didn't do it. He won't do it now. I ain't got to lie to you. Now, if you're going to discredit Ugas, you can't. Because Errol beat him, not Bud. Barrios beat him, not Bud. And then Barrios gets in there and fights to a draw with Manny Pacquiao. But never mind that shit. If the Barrios fight, if Ugas ain't that good, Prez, if Ugas ain't that good, and you want to disregard him, you really can't, because Barrios beat him. And who lost? Who beat Barrios? Tank did at 140. Knocked him into a somersault. Tank hit the nigga and he rolled on the floor into a ball.
What happened to Spence? We fought Bud.
We're not talking about Spence now.
We talking about Spence.
We're not
because
talking about
I
Spence
said
now.
Ugas is not
We're
that
not
good.
talking about Spence
He
now.
beat up an
You
old
just
man
discredited
Pacquiao.
Ugas and you discredited Barrios.
I'm not discrediting Barrios
You can't
at all.
discredit
No.
Ugas when Barrios beat him and Tank beat Barrios.
Did I can discredit Spence? What are you talking about?
You can't. No. Stay right here, young man. You can't discredit Ugas for losing to Barrios when Barrios got knocked into a ball by Tank, and then you're telling me Tank is too small for 140. You can't do that.
That just shows how great Tank is. What?
Okay, so he's great. So what do you want to see him do at 140? Because he's great. Your words, not mine.
I don't want him. He doesn't want to fight at 140.
No. He's great. You just said that. That's how great he is. And guess what? For purposes of this live, I'm going to agree with you. He's great. So what do you want to see him do at 140?
Whatever he feels like doing.
No. What do you, not him, because he don't give a fuck about what you think and what I think, because he says, fuck the fans, shut up and be a fan. That's how he talks to us. So now, what do you, Prez, want to see him do at 140? Go.
Get as much money as he can.
What?
Yeah, get as much money as he can.
Have a good day, brother. As you can see, clip it. Yo, Shelton, clip this. Clip this. This is what he said. You see? You see? Y'all heard that, right? I said, what do you want to see him do at 140? His response was, get as much money as he can. But niggas want to tell me, Drew, you on Bill's payroll. They want to tell BFTB in 78, you on the payroll. You see? You see that? Conversation's over. See? I said, what do you? He said, whatever he wants to do. I said, no, he don't respect us. We're fans, remember? Don't worry, Mr. Shelton, I got it. We're fans, remember? We're fans. But how does he talk to the fans? Shut up, be a fan. Yo, Tank, we need you. The game's lame without you. You soft. His number one defense attorney in Keho. Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. Coach, go ahead and cook. Give me a second. Go ahead.
Peace, brother. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Drew? Hey, Drew, can you hear me?
My bad, I was muted. Go ahead, brother.
Can you hear me, Drew?
Loud and clear, loud and clear. I can hear you.
Hey, man, I'm so glad you had this conversation and brought it all the way around full circle. What we have to realize at this point is there has to be a clear separation in the boxing fan base. Some of us, to Drew's point, want to see the best fighting the best. And others are going to hide behind, this is a business excuse. This is a prize fighting, get your money right excuse. How has that gotten Tank so far? Getting your money and having a bunch of yes men around Tank has done what for him in his life? We have to see, and we have to start bringing shame back. We have to start bringing shame back to the sport, because it's people like Prez with that kind of mindset, and it's only because he's young. I'm gonna put it to that. When he grows more and matures more, he'll understand that money ain't everything. When money is your be all, that makes you a whore. When it's all about money, that means that you are for sale when you have no morals or integrity to stand on. Even though it's called prize fighting, I think we're getting to a point in the sport where we're forgetting the other part, fighting. One part is the prize, the other part is fighting. And when we talk about a fighter and we talk about a warrior, there are certain principles and characteristics that a warrior must have. So if you are in the sport and you're talking like you're Bob Arum, like you're a Matchroom, like you're a Golden Boy, go be a promoter, go be a manager. But don't sit here and try to condemn us who want to see the best fighting the best and try to make us seem like we're crazy for wanting that. at the end of the day, right now, it is a day of separation. The sport is about to go through a transition that we haven't seen in maybe 30, 40 years. And at the end of the day, you can't be on both sides of history. You can't be on both sides serving two masters. Either you are for the integrity of the sport, either you are for the history and the foundation that the sport stands on, or you are against it. So if you are standing here today, looking me in my face, telling me that this man can do what he wants as long as he gets his money, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be grouped with you. I want there to be such a clear distinction on those who want to see the best fighting the best to move the sport forward, and those of you that have this weird infatuation with certain fighters, and you have made up in your mind that this man can do what he wants as long as he's getting his money. Brother, you know I'm in the gym. I just want to call in and say those words.
Man, I appreciate you, brother. If anybody is confused, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I'm not trying to disrespect Prez or anything, but I wanted to make it clear that when it comes to the sport of boxing and basic conversation, we are having two different discussions. The mindset is different. So thank you, Coach. I appreciate that, brother.
Peace, brother. Keep cooking.
Peace. I put it in the chat. It's very clear that we are having two different conversations when it comes to the sport. And I knew this was going to happen. The question is, with all things considered, in this scenario this morning, if Tank beats all his charges and they get to laugh at us, oh, y'all thought he was going to do a million years in jail, you know, y'all know who I'm mocking when I do that. And he only did 6 months. Great. Because y'all don't consider that I want what's best for this dude. I don't want to see black men in jail. I mean, some niggas deserve to be there. But if he does his time and pays his girl and he continues with his career, because y'all not thinking about his children, those two little girls. I am. Because I don't need no more thoughts out here running around like Floyd Mayweather's daughter, stabbing bitches, dating rappers. You see that? You think I want that? No, I don't want that for him. Y'all don't consider that I want what's best for this kid. But when you fuck up, I'm gonna hold you accountable. But the purpose this morning was, let's say it works out for him. And now he's getting back in the ring. Tank to 140 or back to the streets? The first thing Prez said was, I want him at 35, where he's comfortable. But you called out Isaac Cruz knowing that he's at 140. Where's the logic? Then I said, well, how about fighting Lamont Roach? He says it makes more sense to fight Cruz. And his thing was because Cruz is a bigger name. Not really. He's been in the limelight. But say what you want to say. He's Mexican. There's more money in it. That's the old way. That's the Floyd Mayweather way of doing things. Which is why his fight number 50 wasn't against Keith Thurman. Not that Floyd would have lost to Keith. I thought he would beat him. Fight number 50 wasn't Keith Thurman. Okay? He never called up Paul Williams and said, hey, man, let me give you an opportunity. Let's rotate these belts amongst black people. Let's do that. And I don't care how yellow Keith Thurman is. I wanted to see him fight one time. That would have been a great little scrap. But I had Floyd winning that. He never did it. He gives us Conor McGregor and Andre Berto on the way out. No one had Berto winning that fight. No one had Berto winning that fight. Those are the two names you give on the way out. You'll be fine, man. And I still defended him. Another thing Prez said was the PBC runs boxing. And I asked him, did you miss the early part of my show? You don't know that Floyd is suing for $340 million because he didn't get paid? So if he didn't get paid, now it makes sense that they couldn't secure the Toyota Dome in Houston where Tank was supposed to fight Lamont Roach in the first damn place. Now it's all making sense. And then I bring up, they run boxing, but what about Oscar De La Hoya? What is boxing to you? Oscar De La Hoya did a whole video on Clapback Tuesdays or Thursdays, whatever he does. And he literally said that Ortiz has better options than Boots. Sebastian Fundora, he mentioned. Errol Spence, he mentioned. And somebody else. As it's to put out, hey, man, we could do other things. We don't need to deal with Boots. Now, personally, I'm like, why are they trying to freeze the brother out? But you want to leave the race thing out of it? We could leave it out of it. And then he wants to deny that. But he said it. Ortiz had to say, oh, no, we want the fight. I'm not talking about whether Boots is playing games or not. My thing was, you said the PBC runs boxing, and he's formed some united front with Al Heyman. So now we got Golden Backside and Al Heyman's PBC. They have to form to compete with Turkey Al Sheik and Zuffa, right? And that Amazon deal just collapsed. Floyd's suing. Tank lying about an 7-fight deal. But the PBC runs boxing? How? How? You let Canelo came through. You let Canelo come through. Drain your swamp. We didn't get no Benavidez fight. He came in, made his money, and bounced. And didn't I ask, why they paying Canelo that money? Tank is their star. Don't pay that man that money. Pay it to Tank. But the trade-off is you got to put Tank in the ring with his contemporaries. They didn't do that. So how the fuck does the PBC run anything? They're running from competition. And now Floyd's suing for $340 million. More on that tomorrow. But as you can see, when I asked him that, his response was, no, they just run boxing. They just run. No, you're not giving me any substance. You didn't know about this lawsuit. You didn't know about this. Tank's in the middle of all of this. 7-fight deal, what happened? And here's the major part. I don't trust Tank to do anything. He could come out of jail or whatever's going to happen to him, or beat the case, whatever. I don't trust him to go to 35 and fight the champions. He's been stripped. What is he going to say? Give me my belt back? Oh, no, we're just not going to give it to you. What if they say, man, you got to fight for it? Well, who has it now? Well, Floyd Schofield just fought Lucas Body and fought for it and won. You got to fight Kid Austin. Now, fuck that. I'm going to go the IBF route. You going to fight Ray Mutala? I don't trust you. Oh, no, I'm going to jump into the rankings. So he jumps in the IBF rankings. Number 2's not rated. Guess who's rated number 1? Andy Cruz. Guess who's rated number 3? Floyd Schofield. You gonna go to WBC route? Jadir Herrera. Y'all don't even know who the fuck that is. But he's up there for a reason. He's gonna fight Zepeda. Abdullah Mason. He is not fighting Abdullah Mason. Get it out your head. Joe Cordina. Hey. Shakur ducked Joe Cordina. I know y'all don't want to admit it, but he ducked him. And I'm going to tell you something else. Tank keep fucking around, you're going to turn around and find O'Shaquie Foster at 35. El Rayo's roaming around there. There's nowhere to go but to fight your contemporaries. I don't trust him to go to 35 and take over anything. So when he goes to 140, how about this? He said Eastside Cruz, right? Yo, man, run it back with Frank Martin. See how you make out. A Frank Martin that's not dehydrated. Do that. Do that. Run it back with a fully hydrated Frank Martin. Then let me know how you work out. You knocked out Frank Martin already, right? Y'all want to go where it's safe for this dude. It's not safe. Show me the work. Show me the work. And this is why I got trust issues. It's exactly why I got trust issues. I don't trust y'all. But you heard it here first, folks. The question was asked, what do you want to see him do at 140? He said whatever Tank wants to do. No. Ask what do you want to see him do? Because he don't give a fuck about us, the fanatics, right? What do you want to see him do? The response was whatever makes him the most money. But then turn around and get mad when y'all say Devin can't even headline on a pay-per-view on Riyadh season. And we say it don't matter, he's the highest paid. Oh, you want Bill's payroll? No, I'm not. If I was DHP for real, I probably wouldn't, I'd be talking to you, but I wouldn't have a day job. I'm just on here telling the truth. The young man said whatever makes Tank the most money, and that's boxing to him. I assure you, in the 80s and in the 90s, I wasn't worried about Mike Tyson's purse versus Frank Bruno. I wasn't worried about Sugar Ray Leonard's purse versus Tommy Hearns. The money never came up in my household between my dad, my uncles, nobody. We never talked about money when it came to boxing. We talked about the fight. Floyd Mayweather's way of thinking got y'all young niggas trained. Y'all think this is boxing. There's a business in it, but you know what? Stay out the business, because what happens is when you take back, when you pull away from it and you look at the competition, you look at the landscape, you can see that the guy that you want to root for whatever reason, is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. And he gets exposed as a goddamn coward. And y'all fans, right along with him. That's why I look at y'all strange. So y'all see the show? Tank at 140 or back to the streets? Well, as you can plainly see, the Tank representative came up here, and it's like, whatever Tank wants to do, we're going to do it, boo-boo. Hey, man, your little light-skinned cousin came over, little mixed baby. Hey, man, yo, he's breaking up my shit. Oh, man, leave him alone. You know he's 5. Oh, no, but he knows right from wrong. Oh, leave him alone. Yo, he's about to break my goddamn PlayStation. No, leave him alone. No, man, he's taking a knife and cutting it. Where'd he get a knife from? Why is he cutting up my couch? Leave him alone here, baby. Right. That's this motherfucker. By the way, not in my house, because I already knew what Auntie wasn't doing. Came to my crib, I kicked that nigga like a goddamn field goal. I was Pele. Y'all remember Pele? You ain't gonna come to the house and break my Nintendo. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, go to Auntie. Why'd you hit him? Why he pour water on my goddamn Nintendo? Don't talk to me. You ain't pay for this. And my parents had my back. No, you got to control him. We paid for that. You know that term, you break it, you bought it? You ain't buying it. Don't tell him no, leave him alone. He took a crayon, marked up the walls. We like, yo, stop. You're not my dad. Yeah, exactly. Where is your dad? I don't know what this means, but we're not talking about that. Focus. I'm out of here, man. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Until this kid does something to make me talk about him in a positive light, like fighting your contemporaries, at least fight. Don't care if you win or lose. At least fight him. Until he does that, man, fuck this kid. And fuck his fans, man.
I'm gay. Gay, like super gay. Like one down here, one here, one here, one here gay. I thought you knew that.
Schmuck out of here. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Faggot shit!